All right. Number one, the title of this poem is an oxymoron. Based on your reading of the poem, explain how magic can be common. How can a contradiction like this be true? I think we already discussed that a little bit, but that's okay. Let's see. Tasia?
I said magic can be common through everyday things that people do in their
Everyday things that people do? Okay, what else?
yeah in their lives because throughout the poem it talks about like there's like different situations. So I don't know. That's just
Different situations that are common. Okay, good. Siddharthan?
Ordinary things people do to make their world like magical. That's what I said.
Good. Ordinary things that people do. Anything else? Maya Rambali?
I said that from the reading, we can see how such common things that we wouldn't think much of can actually be magical when you think about it.
Yes, very good. Common things that are just ordinary, I'm sure all of you. So usually what I do for this assignment, with this poem, we don't have time because, we only had a 9-week quadmester, but you have to come up with 5 things in your life that are ordinary, but that bring you a sense of wonder and magic. And then you have to make a collage of those 5 things. So those collages that you see in the back of my room, that's what those are. It's from this poem. It's 5 ordinary things in your life, things like music, family, whatever, nature, even some people have food, okay? So 5 ordinary things in your life that bring you a sense of wonder and magic. And I have a lot of magazines in the back cupboard, and we have one day where we put our collages together. Okay, number 2. Each of the first 3 stanzas is a character sketch of someone who is transformed by common magic. Describe the characters and identify the common magic that transforms each of them. So, stanza 1. Chelsea, what did you get?
I said the character in the first stanza, she easily falls for words that like when she fell in love, what did I say? Yeah, she easily falls for words and she's transformed by love. She begins to act differently around her best friend and she begins to be like astonished by her, the person she's in love with.
Yes, very good. So the first stanza is her best friend who was in love, and it's magical. She says, your best friend falls in love, her words rising from some golden sea where she swims sleek as a mermaid. Okay, so of course, love is magical. All right, stanza 2, Leba.
How like a waitress at a restaurant can be magical.
Okay, but what is it that's transforming the waitress into something magical? What is it transforming her? Um, Gabriel?
Can you repeat that?
What's transforming the waitress in the restaurant into something magical?
I'm
What did you write for stanza 2?
I wrote for stanza 2 that you yourself has been transformed. You speak into a bubble of words.
Okay, she's not talking about herself. She's talking about the waitress at the restaurant. So Harrison, you had your hand up. What'd you get?
I said how the waitress gives attention to them and makes other people like small or something.
Okay, the waitress is also in love, guys. Did anybody get that? That she's also in love? A waitress who's in love, she doesn't care about the everyday mundane parts of her job. It says the waitress floats towards you. You can tell she doesn't care whether you have the baked, that means like the baked potato, or the fried. Okay, she really doesn't care what your order is. She's floating on air. She's in love. Okay, so stanza 2 is also love that has transformed her. All right, stanza 3, Kian.
I said the third stanza represents the magic in someone's life can make them happy.
Okay, and what magic is in the old man's life specifically?
The child.
Okay, good. The child, excellent. And what else? What else, Alan?
His singing or the music.
Singing. Yes, his singing, his music. And what is he doing when he's singing? It says his voice is a small boy churning somersaults in the green country of his blood. What is he doing when he's singing? He is thinking about happy times from his childhood, right? That's what he's doing. When it says turning somersaults in the green country of his blood, and green is also a symbol of spring and youth. So he's thinking about happy times from his childhood back in his country when he was a kid. All right, 3. What literary device is used in the lines all over the city you move in your own seasons, through the seasons of others? How does this device help the poet make suggestions about society? So first of all, what literary device is this? My career?
It's an allegory
How's an allegory, hun?
because she says, because in the thing it says you move on your own seasons through the seasons of others. So it's saying how like everyone goes at their own pace and it's a hidden meaning.
Okay, good. Everyone goes at their pace. You're getting there. Not just the pace, but it's not an allegory. It's what is it? She's comparing. It's not an allegory. An allegory is when it can be an allegory because it does represent an idea. Okay, so it can be an allegory. It's not wrong. What else is it? It's an allegory. What else? What other literary device is this? Mr. Moran, what did you get?
I said it's a satire.
Satire? How so?
The writer is satirizing that where the main protagonists are stories and that people we see each day are the side characters.
Okay, interesting. I really wouldn't have thought of it that way. See, that's the whole wonderful thing about poetry. All these different perspectives. Interesting. That's an interesting interpretation. Okay. Gian, what did you get? What literary device is this?
I think that it was a metaphor because it uses seasons as a metaphor for people's emotions and state of mind and how they change over time based on the season.
Very good. It's a metaphor. Okay. And it is about how people change over time. Very good. So that's actually something that's like a common saying, the seasons of life, right? It's a common saying. So you guys may not have heard that, but it's a common saying. So when people talk about the seasons of life, they're talking about the phases of life, okay? How everyone is at a different phase in their life. So for example, you guys are in the teenage phase, okay? I'm in the fully adult phase, okay? So what she's trying to point out is that different people will have different perspectives depending on the season in their life or the phase, right? So for example, You know, if we're watching something on the news, you guys might have a very different perspective from me because we're at different seasons or phases in our lives, okay? And how the season or phase of your life colors and influences your perspective. Number 4, why does Wallace describe his children as alien life forms in stanza 5? What does this metaphor imply about children, about adults? Is the metaphor appropriate? So why does she call the children alien life forms? Alan?
I said that they were alien life forms because aliens, when they come to Earth, they're very like astonished by the world, and they're seeking, and they want to know more about it. And I think she compared them to children because they're still at a stage of their life where they find everything in life exciting, and you know, every little thing matters, and they want to seek more, compared to adults who kind of see the harsh realities and, you know, kind of want to stay put.
That's a very
So that's what I thought.
excellent. I really enjoyed that. Yes, very good. The children are like aliens where everything is new to them and everything is a sense of wonder in it. Everything has a sense of magic in it. And that's compared to adults who have lost the innocence and wonder of childhood. Okay, anyone else want to add to that? Okay, and number 4B, another line states that the children's games weave the interface between what? What else in the stanza creates an interface? So the children's games weave the interface between what? Samir?
Miss, I didn't finish that question.
Okay, Japni?
Seeing children play, like seeing children play in the park, like brings them joy.
How is that weaving the interface?
So I'm not even sure what weaving the interface means.
Okay, kind of like breaking the barrier, bringing together two worlds. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, so basically, the children's games weave the interface or bridge the gap. That's a good way of putting it. Bridge the gap between childhood and adulthood. Okay, we all remember when we were kids playing games, we used to like to play pretend, right? When we used to pretend to be adults, used to pretend to be the mommy or used to pretend to be the daddy. And in these games that children play, not just pretend games, but in many games that they play, they are learning how to be adults and they are learning skills that they will need when they become adults. So they are bridging the gap between childhood and adulthood or weaving the interface. If you guys didn't know what that meant, then you should have asked. I'm right here. Okay, we were supposed to read another poem called 1958, but we don't really have time. So right now, you guys can work on your sonnets. Now, a few notes. So I will see cohort B in class tomorrow. You will be presenting your CPTs. I'm looking forward to that. Make sure that you submit your CPT to Google Classroom, okay? And also make sure that you bring in your My Book of Life books and your Animal Farm books, which I will be collecting. And cohort A, I will see you, I believe, is on Monday, okay? And also make sure you bring in your books, okay? Any questions about the sonnets? Any questions about the CPTs?
Miss, I had a quick question.
Sure.
With the CPT, right? Regarding the music, how do you want us to, like, if we are using music, right, that have like lyrics with it, do you want us to play like on the background while we're presenting, or would you want us to wait until we finish the poem and then play the music?
That's up to you. But if you're going to be playing it while you're presenting, then it can't have lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
It'll be instrumental.
Okay. All right.
But then if you do play music, you have to explain how that music reflects your poem.
Yeah.
You can't play it for nothing, right?
Yeah.
You can't leave me to guess. You have to explain.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
And Miss, for our poems, when we're
Which one? Which one?
our
CPT?
yeah, when we're explaining the pictures, do you want us to just pause after each slide and explain it, then move on to the next one, or explain it after?
So you're going to have the slide
Yeah.
with one or two line with a couple of lines of poetry and the pictures. It's on the projector and you explain it. Then you
So-
move on to the next one.
Okay, so like after you're done speaking, you explain the image and move on to the next one, right?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Anything else?
Miss, the sonnets are due for Friday at 12, right?
What do you mean by 12? Like midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Miss, does the presentation have to be like exactly 20 slides or 25, or could it be less than the 20?
Hold on. No, it shouldn't be less than the 20. 20 is the minimum, 25 is the maximum. And remember, you guys only have like 10 to 15 minutes max to present, right? Because we have to get through everyone. We only have 2 more classes left, tomorrow and then one next week.
Wait, Miss, there needs to be 20 slides?
Yeah?
Okay.
Miss, also, I have another question.
Yeah.
You know how it says for the literary devices, give examples of how they are effective. Do we need
You
to
don't
do
have
that?
to do that.
Okay.
Just do like your other poems. Write the device, write the sentence where it comes from.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Miss, you want them highlighted as well, right?
No, you don't have to highlight them in the poem. If you wrote them at the bottom of the poem,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
So, Miss, after we show like the pictures with like the lines, do you want a slide after that explaining the pictures, or you just want us to explain it? Like,
No, you can just explain it verbally. You don't have to put the explanation on the slide. Plus, while you're explaining, we need to be looking at the pictures.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Do you have to, sorry? No. Yes. You're welcome.
Miss, I had a question.
Yes, my dear.
Is the for the 20 slides, right? Is that including like the title and the ends as well, or do we need 20 slides of content?
I don't really care.
Oh, because you said to have 20 slides before.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
okay.
slides together, but I mean, like, you know, if you don't have enough slides, just put some of the pictures on a different slide.
Okay, got it.
So, Miss, we have to have exactly 20. We can't have like a little bit more.
It's 20 to 25.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye, guys.
Bye, Miss.
Bye. Have a good evening.
Bye, Miss.
Bye. Have a good evening.
Wait, Miss, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I handed my thing in on like Monday. Did you see it?
What, your poem?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, I didn't get a mark.
The passion poem?
Yeah.
I haven't marked them yet, Meg Deep. I have a life.
Oh. Oh.
I'll mark them this weekend.
Okay. Have a
I've
good
been
day.
marking your comparison essays. Okay?
Okay. Have a good day.
You too, hon. Japhanie? Hi, what's up?
Hi, Miss. Sorry to bother you every class, but I just want to know if there's anything else that you're looking for us to capture in the character specifically. I just want some tips to make mine better.
I have no idea. It's all written out on the handout.
Okay. I follow that. Also, I was wondering when the poem is gonna be marked. I know you have a lot of other stuff, but I just want a kind of a reference point.
What poem?
The passion poem.
When I get to it, probably this weekend.
Okay. All right, Miss. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Man,
What?
yesterday, what did you say? Like, because I have some error connection, so I cannot hear clearly. Like for the sonnets, so what should I do?
What about the sonnet? Sorry?
Yeah, about the sonnet.
What about it?
The poem.
What about it?
What should I do with the poem? Like the 14 perfect stuff? I think.
I'm sorry, question. Kawhi, I don't understand your question.
All right, sorry. Miss. The poem that you gave us yesterday.
Yes.
So what should I do with it? Like, do I have to choose this topic, or I can do any topic that I want?
Any topic you want.
All right, thank you, Miss.
Okay.
So, all right. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Miss. Have a good day.
Okay. Bye. You too.